Hello and welcome to episode 150 of the CinePhellas Podcast. That's right, the CinePhellas, the only place where evil really will die tonight. All right, let's get into this movie because Jesus Christ, I absolutely hated this movie. I don't want to come off like I'm ranting, but the first 5 minutes of the movie are really well done. Like the kid, that was good. He was a little brat, but when he fell down the stairs, I'm like, okay, I can get into this. But then after that, the movie just dives all the way down. For one, I guess we'll get into spoilers. Michael Myers is hardly in the movie. I don't know what he's doing. He's in like, not a tunnel, but like a sewer, like the
sewer,
Ninja
like
Turtles.
Pennywise.
Yeah. Pennywise.
What is he doing in the sewer? Does he have COVID? Is he self-isolating himself?
Is he looking for Mario? I don't know.
Maybe he's reading It by Stephen King. Maybe he's reading the novel.
He wants to be immersive.
He needs his reading glasses, though. It's really hard for him. It's taking this long.
I have with the kid is I did like that, but I wish that would have happened in the first one, or maybe even Halloween Kills, where that we could get that build up because it felt way too much.
Yeah. If they would have introduced Corey, and we'll get into Corey in a minute, but if they would have introduced Corey in the first movie, and then we slowly see him becoming this evil being, that would have been a lot better. You don't just throw Corey in there. Nobody cares about Corey.
Nope.
No.
Why wasn't he the boyfriend to begin with? And then, stretch it over 3 films. If you can't just introduce a brand new character, show his whole arc for half of the movie, forget about Michael Myers, then bring him in the end and, completely tarnish his legacy. Make this new guy a faux Michael Myers. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Exactly.
Doesn't even make it.
Unbelievable.
Like a bitch.
Yeah, the first act is just like a rom-com anyways. It's like we were talking about a Lifetime movie. That's what it reminded me of. While watching it, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, this has nothing to do with Halloween. What is going on? Why are they going on all these dates? Why are they in love after one day? Why do I care about this kid? You don't.
And then, like, Bob, you talk about the kid, Jake from Chucky, having a punchable face. Corey has a punchable face. He walks through the entire movie like he smells something bad, and Corey kills more people than Michael Myers.
In all fairness, the kid he kills in the beginning on accident, that kid had a punchable face too. I wasn't even mad at him for that.
He had a punchable personality.
Yeah, he looks like that kid from Harry Potter. That's what I thought of when I saw Corey. Seamus or whatever.
Yeah, oh my god, I never noticed that.
Yeah, with just longer hair, but yeah, punchable face. And let's talk about how he goes into the sewer. Michael's all like old, right? His age is finally catching up to him. He's like, oh, and he like pushes him and fights him. And then at the end of the movie, Michael Myers has all his energy back. Why?
Well, because he was killing people again, and that was bringing energy to him. No lie, someone told me that. That was the reason people told me.
Okay,
that. And
I didn't think about that.
It's been 4 years, and he's just been hanging out in the sewer. And I'm like, doing what? And the thing is, do people know he's in the sewer? Because that homeless man is like, Michael Myers is literally right there. And I'm like, so do something about it.
That homeless man can't even get his family back. How's he going to stop Michael Myers? You know he's divorced 3 times over.
Don't get me started on Allison, because I could understand if she were like a 14 or a 16-year-old girl. But
how old was she supposed to be?
Early 20s, I would guess.
She was graduating in the first one, right?
Yeah, so I'd say maybe out of college. She's like a nurse, right?
Yeah, it's 23.
That's what I'm saying. She was like at least 20 in the first one. So probably 25, 26 in this one. She's too old to be acting like that. Like with Corey, like, you don't know him. I love the freak. He's the neighborhood freak all of a sudden. No, you're too old to be acting like that. And to me, Allison has been a complete waste of time in these movies ever since the first one. Honest to God, she looks like one of Judd Apatow's daughters, the one who does the lotion commercials with Leslie Mann.
Yeah, yeah. Her character went nowhere throughout the film.
It's terrible.
It's terrible. Yeah, just terrible writing, really.
Yeah, well, she was like, oh, this is Corey. I must have him. Like, became obsessed. And at the end, after Corey's done all this horrible shit, she's like running away from Lori. Got out of nowhere. You didn't think I'd leave, did you? What the fuck are you doing? This girl grabs onto something and confines in it.
Yeah, and she's just like head over heels in love with this guy after a day, too, which is weird.
The one day, yeah.
One day, yeah, and they're going on these lame dates with that cop that had the hots for Allison.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
What's up,
Hey,
Armando?
Armando.
Hey, how you doing?
I was just gonna say the thing that like after this happened in the movie, when Corey made his way down into the tunnel of love or whatever, confronted Michael, and Michael looked into his soul. That after that, I was like, oh, what the hell are we doing here? He like could, and didn't kill him, looked into his eyes and saw the evil. Hey, buddy, we're friends now. I mean, they're only missing a fist bump or a kiss there.
But the only thing, like, I don't understand what Michael Myers is supposed to be in this series, because they established he is the man. He's an old man. But then in Halloween Kills, they're like, he's a supernatural evil force. They literally beat him down like it's a prison fight or something, and he's okay. But in this one, he's an old man, and I think they literally just stab him, and he feels it. So I'm like, I don't understand what he's supposed to be. So I just thought that was really frustrating. I hated this movie.
Yeah, I think they just had too much shit going on, and it was too compact and didn't make sense. And
That's what I liked
And
about
then
it.
what was that, Armando?
No, I
Sorry,
said
you
I love this movie. Yeah, I genuinely love
Okay.
this movie.
Well, you liked it?
Yeah,
Oh wow, okay.
yeah. I want to be the wild card, but I went into it. I had no expectations for it, but I was like, I think right now mentally, I was like, I don't have any expectations with Halloween. Like, I'm not gonna say I grew up with it. I don't have any real like nostalgia for it. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna watch this as a movie, and I was like, let's see what happens. I had nothing going into it because kills I didn't mind, but that movie's all over the place to me. It was like really annoying in parts. This one I like I think I liked it for the vibes, even if I know it's not gonna work for everybody. I like how weird it was. Like, I think I said on Letterboxd that I like it because it's the Corey show. I love Corey. I think that's
Like Corey?
I like Corey, yeah.
Oh,
I was very into Corey. Like, he's a weirdo, but like I just like how weird he was. Just like as a character, I'm not gonna say, oh my god, he's gonna be the next Michael Myers, but I just like how it felt like one of those things where, as a character, he just, because he was so off, I like that they didn't make he was so repellent to me that in a way it would just make the movie more interesting. It gave it like a weirdness to it that I was just, okay, I want to see what else weird this guy's gonna do. And
yeah.
I was just into it because of that. Like, I'm not going into it like I knew, okay, this is the end of the series. And I wouldn't have picked that as like the last part of this. But again, I'm going into it. I've watched these ones. I'm not gonna say I know them as well as you guys probably would. So I went into this with like kind of little to no expectations. Like, just give me whatever it is. And I think mentally right now, I just was like into the vibe of it, even if it was a mess, even if I didn't know what was going on. I was just like, just give it all to me. I was just like, it's dumb, but it was something like for me, I was vibing with, because I don't like Corey. I'm not gonna say, oh, I loved him as a character, but I do kind of appreciate that like he was just such a weirdo, and like he's an outcast, and he's like even getting picked on by the band kids. And I was just, okay, this whole movie just had such a weird vibe to it. And I didn't appreciate how it was like, because it's a movie during the pandemic, it's very unsubtle. It just keeps hitting you on the head about how it's basically Michael Myers is a sickness. I really like how they did that in the movie, and like how people were acting towards everybody else. Like when that one woman on the street confronts Jamie Lee Curtis, but like was kind of interesting to me. Like, it was just a weird thing, and like it felt like a David Gordon Green thing to me, because his movies are just like that to me, where it's just the most random thing ever. So like it fit the weird tone it was trying to do, and like Corey as a character, he was just interesting to me, like just what he was doing. I think I just like weird people like that in movies, just people that are just off and just want to, like, I couldn't figure him out. Like, on some level, I understood like what they were kind of trying to do, where the idea was kind of, okay, somebody who made like a big mistake at the beginning with the kid. It was like, okay, somebody who maybe isn't the most popular kid, who's not like up there with like the popular, like the top kids or whatever. And I felt like in a way it was kind of interesting how somebody who might be just a decent kid, he's like makes a really bad decision. And it's what it would happen if that kid somehow got in the worst predicament ever, and just like, oh, what if he comes across Michael Myers? And like as the whole, that was an interesting take to me, rather than just do the typical Laurie versus Michael Myers battle that I thought it was going to be. And honestly, that part, when it gets to that part, it's not as interesting to me when they actually do the Michael Myers thing. I think that was kind of the thing. I actually kind of like the weird movie they put into this movie rather than the Michael Myers movie. Like, I kind of don't really care about what's gonna happen with Michael Myers, because they're gonna make another one in like a few years. They're gonna all reboot this and like whatever. I'm like, okay, whatever. However they end it, I'm fine with it. I think just right now I'm going through some personal stuff, so I think I was just like, I kind of didn't want anything big. I was like I was just like, just give me whatever weird vibes it is. Like I just liked what it was. I feel like I was more into it on a surface level of what the vibes were, of just a weird, messy thing that didn't feel like any kind of horror movie that we're gonna watch. And I think on a level that I think on some level, I kind of like that it feels like a movie that nobody's gonna like. It just felt like such a weird thing that I was just like, okay, I don't know what's gonna happen next. And it was just always keeping me going, because Corey, I'm like, I don't know what this guy's gonna do. And he just does the weirdest stuff that on a level, I was like, okay, I'm fascinated by how weird this guy is and all the weird choices he makes. And I kind of did like it's very obvious, but like it was very Christine to me. And I think the Christine feeling to me,
he's very Corey Cunningham. Yeah.
I think that was the thing too, kind of that turn, like, oh, I'm gonna start doing all this stuff, and I'm gonna start going out on a bike all the time. That part with the Michael Myers shot, I didn't see it in the movie, but there was that one part where Michael Myers is riding on the back. That part was weird. I don't know why. That part, I was like, okay, that part, I think it takes it too far. I don't know why you needed to put that. Just have him be a weird kid. I think I would rather have this just been. I think it's a better movie that's telling a unique story of it feels like more of a coming of age character study kind of thing to me. I don't think it always works. I think it's very weird. I think there's sometimes I felt like just the beginning of it, it kind of was like, okay, I don't know what this was going to do, because it doesn't really start where I thought it was going to start, because where the last movie left off, it feels like, oh, okay, so we're skipping time, because I thought, okay, this is going to be the finale, but then it's like, no, it's going to kind of go in a different way than I expected. So I didn't enjoy it. Like I said, I think just in this moment right now, I really felt on a surface level, it was vibing with me in a way that, I don't know, it really worked for me. I can't really like explain anymore. I feel like it just, it goes towards.
What would you give it out of 5?
3.5. 3.5 out of 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
One thing we might agree on, Armando.
Yeah.
I do like what they did with Jamie Lee Curtis's character a little bit. Like,
yeah,
she found love in a hopeless place, I guess you could say.
I think, yeah, I like that she wasn't just angry all the time. She was talking to the sheriff, and like she was like more like, she wasn't just, because the last 2 movies, she was just kind of just a grump. Like, I understand why that makes sense after all the years and all the trauma, but I didn't like that she had some kind of forward momentum. She wasn't just mad the whole movie. But
I was reading an interview. They were talking to David Gordon Green about it. He's basically like, I knew this was gonna, divide fans big time. When I set out making it, he said he had an old script and it was gonna tie into Halloween 3 with the Silver Shamrock Factory and more of, the chip being in Michael Myers' mask. He said that the end was gonna be the Michael Myers mask, coming off the assembly line and Silver Shamrock. So
damn,
it could have been totally
awesome.
different.
Yeah,
that would have been fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's the one. I think I watched that one more than the other Halloween 3.
Yeah.
So what could have been?
Yeah.
Man.
One thing I find interesting is, remember in the first Halloween, the 1978 one, her friend Jamie Lee Curtis, like all her friends die, and she spends 40 years becoming Sarah Connor. But in the last movie, her daughter dies, and 4 years later, she's okay. Did you say
Yeah.
what about
Completely fine.
friends, their own daughter?
She's writing a memoir and relaxing and enjoying
Yeah.
life and dating.
Writing a memoir while saying I want people to forget his name, but she's writing it in the book.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I would give it 1.5 out of 5. It was terribly scripted. It was cheesy. Like, it was weird. Like, a lot of the stuff was weird in the movie, especially Jamie Lee Curtis. Of course, Michael Myers only being like, what, 10 minutes of it, I think. And Corey, I didn't like Corey. I just thought he was off. And I don't know. It didn't connect with it. So I give it 1.5.
0.5.
0.5. Wow.
Yeah.
I hated so much of this. I hated the only thing I liked was the bullshit eating it off of like the third.
Oh, that part was amazing.
The
Yeah.
beginning was great. The beginning was a great start.
Then the last like 10 minutes I was cool with. Starting with the welding torch death. Very nice.
Yeah.
And then it moved forward. And then I mean, really, this town's been through so much stuff. And like, hang on, we have a better way to take care of Michael Myers. Let's put his dead carcass on the police car, do a parade, and all these people are walking. All of them are like, yeah, you know what? That's a dead serial killer. So we're all going to follow him. Mind you, before this, half of them didn't think he existed. So they go around and they throw his ass in. There's little kids there. There were little kids there. There's blood shooting out of those little kids. Well, guess what? One of them are going to be the next one. I want that to be Halloween 7.
Yeah, the whole trilogy is supposed to be about trauma, and that's about the most traumatic thing that anybody would.
I like how
it does this in a big gloop of blood, which I don't know if that's biologically possible. It comes up, and I was like, "What are you doing here?"
Yeah, the practical effects in that part were awesome though.
Yeah. Mhm.
The Michael. I love that part.
There's some brutal kills, the sound and everything of it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
But,
How pissed?
yeah.
Who saw Armando? Did you see it in the theater?
No, I saw it on Peacock.
Anyone go to the theater for it?
No.
No.
Okay, can you imagine how pissed off you'd been if you'd paid $10?
Yes, I was thinking that. I'm like, I would have been so angry leaving the theater. I'm with Bob though. I give it half a hairpiece. Worst movie of the year for me.
Wow.
Hated it.
Mm.
Literally, it ruined my night.
You have a tattoo, right, of Halloween or something? Don't you have a
Yes.
tattoo?
Yes.
Yes. So it means a lot to you. So yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, Halloween's my favorite
Yeah.
horror franchise, so I take it very serious, and I get pissed if they're not good. And I just felt super unfulfilled with this and a waste of my time.
Like Niall's meme, Halloween Kills made it look like, the comparison. On second thought, Halloween Kills was pretty badass, and we should have been happy with that.
That was the only one I really liked, was Halloween Kills out of the three.
He's doing The Exorcist now. That's
Oh,
the-
great.
Oh God.
If Corey shows up in that shit, I swear to God.
He plays Reagan.
5-star movie. That's a 5 out of 5.
Wow.
If
Damn.
if they put Corey in The Exorcist, I'll give it a 5 out of 5.
Man, you loved him.
Yeah.
Has that
Only
guy
one
been
that's-
in anything else before, or is this like his
I
first big gig?
haven't. I'm not sure. I could check IMDb, but I'm not sure if he's
Yeah.
anybody that I recognize.
Yeah,
Might be some guy
eight Harry Potter movies.
Somebody
Potter.
confirm that. Fact check. Is it really him? Could be. Looks like him.
Famous. Potter.
Oh, I forgot to share with you guys. I got this guy from a guy
Oh!
named Andy.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Andy on Marketplace, Facebook.
Oh, this Rowan Campbell, the one who played Corey, is in a lot of Lifetime and Hallmark movies.
You can tell he brought the lifetime, lifetime performance to his role in the film.
Oh, he's on the Hardy Boys show. I've never watched that.
Also,
Yes, that's where he's from.
Yeah.
Unauthorized Full House story.
Yeah, nothing I've seen this guy in. So yeah, I'll ask
Hardy
my.
Boys isn't bad. I've watched a few
Okay.
episodes of that.
Okay, I might
It
check.
looks
that
like
out.
he's in Hardy Boys with the guy who's like 5.
Yeah, he's supposed to be like 18, 19 in that show.
And how old's the little one like his little
It's like probably like 12, 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that an Amazon Prime show?
That's a Hulu show.
Hulu. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything Hulu doesn't have?
Yeah, they got the best shows. that you can find anywhere.
They even have
think-
Halloween Ends. No, I'm just kidding. But just going back to Halloween Ends real quick, I hate how everybody in the town is just mean and an idiot. Like in Kills, evil dies tonight. And I was just rooting for Michael Myers to just slaughter these people like government mules the entire time. And then in this movie, everybody's just mean. Like when Lori leaves the grocery store and that lady's like,
Yeah.
I know you that. And I'm like, what is this? I don't understand. And then the DJ, remember him?
Yeah.
The DJ who approached Allison. I forget what he said, but he's like, get out of here before I bust a cap in your ass or something. Whatever he said.
I don't even remember. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like,
The only
Jeez.
these
radio
are children. Why would you say that?
I feel like
Would
though
you-
now that's kind of, I think that was what they were kind of trying to do with like, oh, this town, we've changed and it's a virus, which I don't know if it totally works, because like the same thing we were talking about Jamie Lee. She's just like the whole movie, she was just cool about it. Everybody else was just mad. And like they all feel like, I don't know, like they all needed to jack off or something, get that energy out of them or something. I don't know. But they were just mad about anything. It's like, you guys didn't lose a daughter. I don't know why you guys like, oh, the Michael Myers this and Michael Myers that, and you killed so and so. The one part I did also like was the scene with the when Corey confronts the mom in the bar, and she's like all wasted, and he like gets lost, and then she's like running, and she's like, "What are you doing? You're the reason I'm here, and you ruined my family." And I don't know why, I just like that lady's performance. It was a very broad performance, but I liked it.
It would have been cool if they did something, because like that's how it is in It with Pennywise in the town. The town is
Right.
just evil, and I was
Right.
hoping they would do something like that, but they didn't do it. They just missed the mark, in my opinion. They could have done that. That would have been cool if they incorporated that. But nah.
Yeah, I think it kind of gets there, but I can see what you're saying. Like for me, it worked, but I don't know. It's different people will feel differently about it. But I can see what you're talking about.
And then just a couple more things, and then I'm going to move off Halloween Ends. I could just bash this thing forever. I'm sorry, Armando, but
No, that's fine.
and I would give it 0.5 out of 5. I agree with Logan. It's one of the worst movies of the year. Them and Halloween Ends are the worst movies for me this year. So that's my opinion. Sorry about that, Armando.
I'm not taking it personally.
Hey man, I have
No,
AI.
no.
Everyone hates AI.
Right.
So you would
I like AI. I love AI though. I like that one too.
Yes.
Yeah.
What would you guys do though for the next Halloween movie? Because obviously it's not going to end.
We already talked about an anthology. Go back to that. Steer away from Michael Myers. We're done with that. Kind of go Halloween 3 route. I'd be down for that.
Mhm. I think they should like move it to other cities. Like maybe move it to the south. Like don't be in Haddonfield all the time. Just maybe they'll like common thread. If we do an anthology, it'd be like kind of what they kind of do with this. Like I don't know how you would do it, but like maybe there's an evil, but it's like a vague thing that goes around different cities. I don't know, like something kind of related, but not really. But I don't know, like maybe the mask or something related to Michael Myers in like each movie could like be its own thing connected to something like that.
Yeah.
Like a device or something. I don't know. Yeah, like I don't know how I would say it. There was a show, it was on TV years ago called Gun. And it was like each episode was like people holding the same gun, and it was like a different story. I kind of would like to do something like that where like somebody gets a piece of something that's connected to the series, but like a totally unrelated thing, but has to do with evil or something.
That'd be cool. Evil
I would
takes
do
the
nothing. I would
Evil-
just keep it, end it. Don't touch it.
We don't need any more movies.
No Halloween movies. Like it's just, you probably agree with Logan. Like no one's ever gonna capture what John Carpenter did back in the day.
No. Nope. They'll never capture that. I'm cool with ending it or just doing something different with it.
Yeah.
Evil takes a new shape, and some sort of anthology based around Halloween.
Busta Rhymes, we owe Busta Rhymes and Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 an apology. That's how I honestly feel.
No shit. I'll go back and watch Halloween 2. I only saw it once in the theater. I haven't watched it since, but what I remember, it was better than Halloween Ends.
Yeah, it's almost like David Gordon Green said, how can we outsuck Halloween Bob, you want to talk about Black Adam?
Oh, dude, I loved it. Okay, so first off, The Rock is The Rock as Black Adam, but it plays, I don't know, how can I put it? You've seen the previews and all that, like they go on about his story and all that, but we get an anti-hero. He's not a good guy, he's not a bad guy, he's just a guy who does something for his people. And I really thought that was good. I thought the story was really strong. I did. A lot of people were giving it hell. I thought the story was great. I thought they brought in a new thought process of, Superman fights for the whole world and all this, and everyone fights for the US. And then you realize like no one's there for any other country. So when the heroes essentially get down to where this takes place, they're like, we're the Justice Society, which again was so cool. We're here to do this. They're like, you've been doing this for years. We've been under the slave stuff for 20 years. You guys haven't helped us. So like he becomes like their savior. It's a really cool story. And I thought The Rock did a good job of being The Rock in a different costume this time. It wasn't his acting that really did it, but the story was strong. It was. The story was strong.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say it had a lot of heart in it.
Is it like comparable to like Shazam?
Yeah,
I like Black Adam.
more than one way, but this is more, because this is a lesser known character. Yeah, he's not a good guy. He's not a bad guy, but he's not a good guy, and he had no problem just leveling out people. So it was kind of cool. Sort of I'm interested to see what happens next, but I was really into it. And plus, we got to see Dr. Fate come in, which I'm a huge Dr. Fate fan. And I like the fact that they dealt with more the fact of Dr. Fate is a helmet, it's not the person.
Is that Pierce Brosnan?
Pierce Brosnan, yeah. It's like and they have him do some stuff that like, Doctor Strange and Dr. Fate kind of similar, in movie ways anyway. They were good. Atom Smasher was great. Hawkman was, I didn't think they'd ever be able to pull him off well. Like, Legends of Tomorrow did well, but this was really good.
Honestly, I thought Hawkman was a major improvement over that. I never thought I would actually care about Hawkman, but they found a way to make me care. Dr. Fate needs his own HBO Max series immediately. I would love to see that. And honestly, I just had a good time. It had a lot of heart. It had a lot of action going for it. The reason critics kind of don't like it is because it does have little hints of those old superhero movies from like the early 2000s. So of course they're gonna, and plus, like Bob said earlier, people just hate DC. If this would have had a Marvel logo on it, people would have been saying how good it is. Love the movie a lot. I just love the action. I love the story. It has heart. One thing people aren't really saying is it has a lot of diversity too within the cast. And yeah, I just really had a lot of fun. It's, even though the movie's long, you don't feel it at all. So yeah, to me, it's actually a perfect movie. I had a really good time with it. 5 out of 5. The guy from who played Jim Brown in that Miami movie that Regina King did.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's okay. When Miami? Yeah.
Yeah, Addison Hawk. No, not Hawk. What's his name again?
It's like Hodge. I think
It would have
Hodge.
been so great.
Aldous Hodge.
Yeah.
Hodge.
Aldous Hodge.
Hodge plays Hawk. Okay.
Yeah,
And
Aldous
also
Hodge.
the post-credit scene where I was lucky enough to not see it before I went to the movies.
Me too. That made all
I
the
thought it was
difference
really
in the world.
good. I thought it was going somewhere else. I thought he was going to join a certain team, but at least that's what I thought. But I'm all for all of this.
Yeah,
You know?
this actually has me excited for DC again. I thought DC was just a vegetable at this point. There was no life to it, but I'm actually excited for where it can go.
You know damn well that a post-credit of Shazam 2 is going to have Black Adam.
Yeah.
It's the same. And that's the thing. Is Logan, you were onto it. Black Adam and Shazam are the same person. Different people, but the same person. For the same reasoning. So it's powers are from the same, just everything's the same. It's just the fact that I think that one way they're going to put it is the fact that Black Adam has has already understood, mastered the skills, and has no problem using them in a vicious way. Whereas Shazam still has a naive, childlike thing about him, where he's doesn't know his power, but at the same time, even if he did, he probably wouldn't go out to obliterate people. I think that's the only way they could play it. But yeah, people are going to hate on DC all they want. I am all for more comic movies. But yes, also Dr. Fate and Hawkman, they're passed as a series I would be into in a heartbeat.
Me too, yeah. And did you notice the actor from Young Rock played was that? Yeah, I noticed that too.
Yeah.
If anybody watches Young Rock.
I love that show. I think it's just because we're wrestling nerds, and it's all stuff of more wrestling without wrestling. But no, highly recommended. Like I was given a 6.57 out of 10, but I forgot we do out of 5. So definitely like a 4 out of 5.
And I saw Clerks 3, Kevin. I gotta go. I have a different opinion, honestly. I loved Clerks 3.
I know you.
Man,
Who
here.
else saw it? Someone else saw it. Yeah,
I watched it last night and got choked up like 3 times.
I don't know. One of the big things I have a problem with that movie is what they did to Elias. I did not like what they did to Elias.
That I don't like. The whole devil worshipping stuff.
Yeah,
I left my head just with the
I
amount.
thought by the end of the
Well, so many of the extremely religious people I knew way back in the day, like that was a weird turn that so many of them took, where they go from here to here, and you're just like, all right, well, there you go.
I thought by the end of the movie he would kind of have like a balance of both between the old Elias and the new Elias, but no, it didn't happen.
I don't know. I think it just relied too much on nostalgia. That one.
It did, and it relied a lot on the cameos. That whole scene where it's just cameo after cameo after cameo. Ashley Larry, Ben
The
Affleck.
audition.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Man,
that was a little long, but I do think Clerks 2 ended things perfectly, though. Like not just for Dante and Randa, but for like the whole View Askew universe. This one, I'm kind of like, it's a good ending, but I feel like they could end it a different way. I thought Clerks 2 had a better ending. Yeah, but I just like how Clerks 3, it had a lot of heart behind it. Like you could tell he was making it like it was a true passion project. So I'm like,
Yes.
I can't hate it too bad.
I
Yeah,
like
no.
when they got Ben Affleck and everything in this for a brief cameo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he still did the lion face, lemon face, which no, it was. I really enjoyed it. I seriously thought it was fantastic. I don't know if it's just because of the age thing though, and I don't mean my age. Well, maybe kind of, but like just where your friendship goes from there, and where does your life go when you have a life-altering moment? You know how you can get wrapped up with stuff. Like I really liked it. I mean, obviously, Kevin decided to make this movie after his heart attack and stuff like that. So I mean, you can feel a lot of the life stuff, but also a lot of regret that people have. And so, no, I understand why people would have issues with it. Just personally, I thought it was fantastic.
Was his daughter in it? I didn't.
Yep.
Where was
She was.
She was in the funeral,
At the
and then
very
she was
end.
the milkmaid at the very end.
Oh, yes. Okay.
And then in the second one, she's the little chubby girl who waves to Dante when he goes on his little drive.
You noticed it was vegan milk at the end because Kevin Smith is vegan now.
Yeah, it was all oat milk.
Yeah.
No, what's funny is they had Walt Flanagan pop up 3 times in that, just like in Clerks 1. He was in that movie so many different times under different hats. So like Walt Flanagan was the guy who tries to buy cigarettes after the Truly Gum thing happens. And then he's also the guy who's checking all the eggs and trying to figure out the perfect. So I mean, Walt Flanagan's been in a bunch of them. And then he was himself in this in the third one as well.
Where was Jason Lee? I thought he would be in it.
I don't know.
He was fucking a pickle.
I'd love it if they were like, yeah, and Pickle Fucker ended up getting real sick. Now
So I
I'm gonna
heard
watch.
Smith is going to do Tusk 2.
Yes,
I'm down for that.
still- my only problem is who is he going to have do it? Because I mean, Michael Parks passed away.
I don't know what he has planned. He talked about it a little bit on his podcast. That's where I heard that from. that he's
Oh, Mark
planning it for the
Bernardin's in-
anniversary. He was in that cameo, right? Was
yeah,
it pretty funny?
He's not allowed to say anything.
That's funny. Of course.
It was Mark Bernardin was the dad of the high school reporter, the husband who left the strip club, who wasn't allowed to talk. Every time he'd open their mouth, she's like, "Oh, shut up, you ain't talking." That's bring Mark Bernardin, who does Batman Beyond now.
Or when he does it solo, it's Black Man Beyond. When he does his own show and Kevin's not there.
No, Logan, I was gonna ask, what did you think of She-Hulk?
She-Hulk?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. The last 2 episodes I thought were fun. Overall, it was kind of clunky, but I had fun with it. You know, just sit back, relax, not think. It was kind of silly at times, but fun. I enjoy the comedy in it.
It's getting that second season, and she plays a good. I mean, she's
awesome.
Yeah, Tatiana
she's
Maslany,
good. Yeah, she's really good.
really good. I liked her a lot. I liked Murdoch showing up too towards the end. Daredevil, that was awesome.
we're Hulks. We smashed.
Yes.
I smashed bad endings and fourth walls. And
Yeah. I like the whole
Hulk's son, I didn't care.
Shame.
I like the
Yeah,
last
that was
episode with Kevin. It was like the robot AI thing. That was cool.
Yeah, the son, Hulk's son looked stupid. He had the
Yeah,
LeBron
and that's
hairline.
not how they should have introduced him at all.
No, it was very
I
quick.
feel like they did because it was gonna be that stereotyped sitcom ending. You know what I mean? Season finale with the cliffhangers and, oh, by the way, guys, here's my son. Like, that's how I took it. Although,
yeah,
I would love, because they've been teasing that solo Hulk movie for a while. I mean, I would love it if they were like, oh, by the way, here's how Scar came about. Oh, maybe that's Guardians 3, where we find out, you know, maybe they're the ones who find Scar on a planet. I don't know. But yeah, Scar's supposed to be a huge, like, he's a badass.
If they would have just did a Planet Hulk movie, that's all I wanted.
Oh God. Yeah.
I'd rather have a full series of Werewolf by Night than She-Hulk.
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah, no,
I don't know if
did
it would have
was
got
good.
old, but I mean, they would have found ways to make it great. But I mean, you got Man-Thing.
Yeah.
It could have been a live action show.
Even if it was 6 episodes, it would have been awesome. I wanted more. Too short.
Universal monster movie, even down to the score.
Yeah. And all the
Yeah.
opening credits and stuff like that was all an homage. Awesome.
I don't know if you guys saw on Twitter, but they're planning on, it could just be a rumor, but they want to do Doctor Strange and Dracula, like those old 70s comics, but for Disney Plus next Halloween.
That would be
Wow. Awesome.
really cool.
No, I'm gonna start watching Don't Worry, Darling. Looks like it's gonna be streaming here in a second. Well, in a couple days, it looks like. So as long as I'm not paying for it in the theater, I'll give it a shot.
It's good. It's decent.
It's decent.
I'm interested on your take of the ending. You know, obviously, Pew is great, but yeah, I'm interested to see what you guys think about that.
Did you guys see the trailer for Creed 3?
Oh hell yeah, Jonathan Majors, man,
Yeah.
my
Looks
guy.
awesome.
Looks good.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I've been posting in our text group text, and yeah, I'm very excited. Jonathan Majors getting jacked for the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
he's gonna
also
be Kang
let's-
the Conqueror. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
His
that's
And-
acting in that trailer looked really solid.
And we
Looks
see
believable.
Creed in sunglasses and the umbrella. So Rocky dies, right? Like, we're all understanding Rocky's dead. Like, he
Probably,
goes
yeah.
to the funeral in this movie.
I don't know. Yeah, probably. It's supposed to
That'll
take
probably
place
be the
7
story of the
years
movie,
after
yeah.
the last one.
I mean, when they're doing that, he's like, between my dad, Rocky, and then they show him in with the black sunglasses, black suit, the umbrella, and they show Creed's headstone. I was like, all right, so Rocky dies, and that's going to be, he'll quit fighting for a while, but no,
Oh, Rocky 3.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Majors looks awesome. I love the scene where they're at the diner and you know, what have you been doing, man? And then yeah, you can kind of see him change there in their conversation, like see the dark side of them. Where at first they're just
Yeah.
like homies. And then you could see like kind of like the jealousy and wishing he could have been in Creed's place instead of in prison. So yeah, looks good.
That's why I think Creed is gonna lose this fight.
Is Kugler doing this one
Yeah.
too?
No, Michael B. Jordan.
No.
Oh, Michael, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hell
Did
yeah.
he
Yep.
did he write it as well?
I think he co-wrote it.
Ryan
right?
Coogler wrote it.
Yeah,
Kugler. All right.
Kugler.
So what's it gonna do with
Yeah.
Clubber Lang? Is it his son or what?
No, I don't think it has anything to do with it. His name's
I thought it was
Anderson
gonna be
Dane.
Mr.
I mean, it
T's
could
son.
be. But
His mom
yeah, that's
could
what
have had a
everybody
different
thought. I
name.
think
Mom had a different name or something.
it could have been. Yeah, I think it's somebody from Juvie anyway. So yeah, they could do that. I mean, I could see it, but
That was
I
Henry
like it. I like it being its
We
own
don't
thing.
have
His own
dads
thing.
anyway. We don't know.
Right.
Well, his name's Anderson Dane. I mean, it could be, I suppose. I think Michael B just wanted to have his own story separate from the Rocky universe, from what I was reading.
Yeah.
So
And
Yeah.
he should. Like he
Yeah.
should be the connection to the Rocky universe.
yeah,
He already took on Drago's kid.
right.
What's the release date for that?
March.
March 23rd.
Damn.
No, I thought it was March 3rd.
March 3rd is
Oh,
it?
that's
Okay.
right. Yeah, a few days.
March
Yep.
3rd.
For B day, Bob.
Yeah. When the preview showed 3/3, I was like, oh, yeah, a couple days before the birthday, and I have to go see a movie.
I think all the fighting scenes are on IMAX too.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely see that on IMAX. Yeah.
And this is his first time directing, right?
Yes, I think so. Yes.
Yeah.
Which I'm all like, I love Michael B. Jordan, so I'll support it.
And like another preview I saw before Black Adam was the newest trailer for Black Panther, which
They show a
really-
lot.
Yeah, they showed a lot.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not watching it then.
Don't watch
They
it.
showed a
Yeah.
lot. Yeah, they did.
It
And I was
did?
sitting, I'm
Yeah.
like, no, this is what we did. This isn't what I nope. I don't remember this. Nope. All right. Nope. I'm like, yeah. So try to avoid that new Wakanda Forever trailer. I mean, Marvel hasn't given away everything before, and I don't think this is going to be it now. But there's some stuff that I was kind of like, I really wish I would have saw that as in context.
Yeah.
You know.
That's
That's
how
why-
you know. I was lucky. Like I avoided the Nope trailer too, and I was glad I did not watch the second trailer to Nope because like I gave a lot of light because I watched it after I watched the movie and I'm like, God damn, they gave a lot away in that second trailer.
That's the reason I
Mhm.
stopped watching trailers recently because of Nope. Just giving the whole fucking movie away.
I watched the
That-
first through the teaser, and then that's it.
Yeah, I was fine. I'm like, you got me. You got my money. That's it.
All they have to do is say Jordan Peele made this, and I'm like, okay. Like if that's how you if it not like something he's done yet.
Talking about kills, you guys want to talk about our favorite horror kills?
Yeah, I know mine already. Freddy versus Jason, when that girl is on the bed and the bed just folds like that.
Oh yeah,
Like
that's a
that.
cool one.
Mine is in Nightmare on Elm Street. In the third one, the Dream Warriors, with the guy who's obsessed with puppets.
Oh
That's
wow,
sick,
that's
with
a
the
good one.
Like,
tendons.
he
I didn't
slits
think
his
about
wrists
that.
right here, and like the arteries and veins come out and act like wires.
Yeah.
Yeah, that,
Very
that-
Oh, I forgot
yeah,
about that.
that creeped me the hell out. But yeah, that's mine.
One of my favorites is the Bob kill in the first Halloween where he stabs him through the pantry and looks back
Oh,
and looks
yeah.
at his work. I love the backlighting of that with Dean Cundy did with the blues. Just an iconic shot. It still creeps me out.
Where he tilts his head too.
It tilts his head and looks at his work, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
Creepy as hell.
I don't know if this qualifies because it's not really it's a kill. Final Destination, one of the twins when the shower, the thing that's used to do to hang the clothes up, wraps
Oh,
around
yeah.
his neck.
Oh, yeah,
and
and it wraps around his head.
Oh,
Yeah,
God, that's
Yeah.
so good.
that
and
series
Final-
has a lot of them. Yeah, there's a lot of
there's
good
one
kills
where
in
the
that.
guy had his asshole sucked out through the pump on the bottom of the
That's right.
Jeez. Oof.
Those movies are great.
Yeah, those were good. I like the first movie a lot.
I always like the in Final Destination 2, that freeway scene when they're on the freeway. You know, those cars just start smashing all on top of each other. That part is insane. And it's just
Yeah.
like a giant explosion, and that giant like 16-wheeler is crashing through everybody.
The freaking
Yeah.
wood starts going through.
Yeah.
I still cannot drive behind any truck, even remotely carrying anything.
Yeah.
No, I do that too. I'm the same exact way. If I'm behind a truck, I will just purposely speed up and go around it.
Mhm.
It ruined me.
Yeah, I think that movie, I think that did that to a whole generation. Because everybody has that reaction. I can't drive behind those cars anymore. Could you that movie just comes to mind with the giant pieces of wood, and you just think, oh no, go
Yeah.
the other way.
I just watched a really gnarly kill today on Terrifier, where Art has the girl hung upside down and basically slices her from the middle
Yeah.
of her all the way down with the saw.
Yeah.
That's pretty
We
bad
made
one.
memes with that.
Yeah. Oh
watch,
man.
Watch the second one. The second one.
How
all
does
I
it?
can see is bedroom scene.
Oof. Okay. All right.
Bob, I don't know if this is a spoiler for anybody. Is Chris Jericho in it?
In Terrifier 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is? Okay. Thought that was just a rumor.
No. Jericho's in it.
Okay.
Not a major role or anything, but he's in it.
You said someone gets split in half, right? You said the girl.
In the first one,
Yeah, that reminds me of
Yeah.
the ever seen Bone Tomahawk.
Mhm. Yeah, I knew there was another movie that did that. Yeah.
Yeah, they hang the guy upside down, they split him in half.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a gnarly kill.
Yeah. Terrifier, it just the camera stays with it longer and yeah.
Oh really? Oh shit.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
And practical effects too, yeah.
Really
Hell
great
yeah.
practical effects, man. Crazy.
and I think that's what a lot of people are fainting about or like vomiting because it's practical effects and he knows what he's doing. So like
yeah.
he knows anatomy. So also, I mean, this is just one of my favorites. Freddy versus Jason. Freddy going after the black guy because they're like he looks at two people and he grabs the black girl. It was Kelly Rowland. He's like, oh, I love dark meat, and then he just like annihilates her. But like him talking.
How sweet. Dark
Yeah,
meat.
yeah,
That's
how sweet. Like, anyone talk shit
I
and
love
then
that line.
like that, it just works.
Jason, there's so many good kill scenes. What about the one from Jason Takes Manhattan with the black guy, the boxer?
And his head comes off.
I always
And
think
see,
of that.
That's another thing.
That's a good one.
No, that's another thing too. You bring up, like, if I wanted to watch nothing but kills, I would watch, a Jason movie. Michael Myers is not supposed to be just about the kills; it's about the story. I'm sorry, I keep going back to Halloween Ends, but it just really annoyed me.
Yeah. All the stuff they did in Halloween 1, whereas, they didn't do anything too crazy in the new trilogy. It's just like nothing but they're trying to outgore itself. And yeah, it's
Yeah,
a lot different. Yeah.
The one good kill from Halloween Kills was the fluorescent light through that lady's throat.
Oh, yeah.
That That's
Yeah.
one of the few good things about it.
Or whenever a head,
Also-
or whenever a head got stomped.
Yeah.
Oof.
so it was a GCW match. Bob
I
will
was
get that
gonna say.
reference, and maybe Armando.
No, I don't.
Nick Cage or Nick Gage did that to David
Nick
Arquette.
Cage.
Nick Cage!
I was watching Jeepers Creepers 2 the other day, and it's a really funny one where this guy, they think the creeper is dead, and this guy like touches one of the wings, and it's so funny to me because the guy's like, this thing is dead, and then the wings just close on the guy's head, and it made me laugh so hard. And then also a same movie, because that movie gets so hilarious. There's another death where there's a guy, he gets stuck to a tree because I think the creeper puts a knife through his hand, and then the creeper just swoops, and then it's just a quick whoop, and then he just off the screen, and the guy just screaming, and it made me laugh so hard. But that movie's insane.
I just thought of one from a couple of years ago, Hereditary, when the girl's in the back seat of the car.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, that was messed up.
Yeah.
Much like that little girl, I did not see that coming. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Like, whoa.
the trailers and everything made it seem like she was the key component. I mean, I like in It, the newer one, where the Georgie kill, that one got me a whole bunch of different, you know what I mean? he bites his arm, but in this one, like you get to see the teeth attack the arm, and he's crawling away, screaming for Bill, and he's just bleeding all over the place. That was cool. We're really talking about killing children today. It's a day right here.
No, we're punching them in the face for killing them. My God, crazy.
Speaking of, I love the scene in Halloween 3 when that random family is watching the commercial, the Silver Shamrock commercial, and that kid's head, it just starts melting and snakes are coming out. That part is amazing to me.
Yeah.
And the kid just falls out, and he was so quick too, because he's just watching the thing, and then it just the drop, and then just comes out so fast. It happens out of nowhere.
Yeah, and the one earlier on in the film with the old lady in the motel when her face.
Oh yeah, and she's playing with the thing, and it shocks her face. Yeah. And then the other one I like in that movie where one of this guy goes to the hospital and they squeeze the guy's face or the woman's face, and he just goes. And it's the sound effect too, like, and then they just like rearrange this person's face, and it's all like crunched up.
Yeah, the other kills.
I like in Jason Lives when that one lady gets her head punched against that one that trailer, and her face just makes like an indentation on it, and Jason just pushes her on it, and it just makes like a bit like we could see her face through it.
Yeah.
And then
Killer.
what are you gonna say?
Samuel L. Jackson and Deep Blue Sea.
Those motherfucking sharks.
And we need to settle down.
There's some good ones in The Omen that I always remember. That one guy gets decapitated, like by a window, if I remember correct.
Yeah.
And there's one, I think he gets impaled by the gate. Pretty sure.
I think so. It's
gruesome ones.
been a while, but yeah, that sounds familiar to me.
The original.
Always the best with just the nun just jumping off the fucking church. This is for you, Damien.
This is for you, Damien. I think it was just his baby. I think it was his babysitter. I don't think it was a nun.
Did they make it a nun in the remake?
Maybe, but the original, I think it was his babysitter, nanny or whatever. I think.
Oh, the remake with
Yeah.
Julia Stiles.
Julia Stiles. Was it Liv Schreiber too? Was it Liv Schreiber?
Yes,
Yeah,
Liv Schreiber
it
was
was,
in it,
yeah.
yes.
Julia Stiles' ass. Julia Stiles is going to give birth to the Antichrist. It's all know where we saw
I
it.
remember seeing. I saw that in the theater when it came out. That was funny.
How about I like in Scream? Who knows? They might change it at some point, but when Matthew Lillard gets that TV to the head at the end, at that party,
Like, he died, but now they're saying he didn't die or something.
I know it was something we talked about on this show. Like he might come back. I think we were just speculating. I know he died in the movie though. Yeah,
I don't know who dies from that. I've had TVs fall on me
All the time.
I've had
It hurt like hell, but I didn't die.
He got back up.
yeah.
Just laid there after the cops were done. He's like, all right, I'm out of here.
Of course. Oh, Jason basically taking the girl zipped up in the sleeping bag and smashing her in the tree. That's the classic kill. I'm trying to think. Oh, I kind of like the new Nightmare on Elm Street, the one with Jackie Earl Hurley, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
And I liked how he killed that one guy, and he's like, it takes the brain like 7 minutes to shut off after death, so we still got like time to hang out and like play. As the guy's hanging upside down, he's scratching with his.
Oh yeah, he did say that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I thought that was cool.
I haven't seen that since the theater, the remake of Elm Street. When did that come out? 2009?
10.
Yeah, 2010. Yeah.
Yeah.
I never saw it either, but I don't know.
I was one of the few that actually liked it. I thought it was okay. Like,
yeah,
they kind of threw all the movies together into one.
Yeah, because I'm mixed, like in general, on Nightmare on Elm Street. I don't know if I really like that many of them, but like I remember. One scene I just came to me. I like the part with isn't it the first one has that scene with Johnny Depp with the blood in the bed and
the bed, he gets sucked into the bed. Yeah.
Yeah, it gets under the bed and then it just starts exploding blood.
They were saying Kevin Bacon may be Freddy Krueger if they ever did indeed remake that movie.
I can see that.
Yeah, but I like Jackie Earle Haley. I wouldn't mind if they asked him back. I thought he was a pretty good Freddy. He looked more like
He just needs more practical effects. That's all.
but he looked like a burn victim. Like he actually looked like someone who got burned in a fire. Not a pepperoni pizza like Robert Englund. I love Robert Englund, but he looks like a pepperoni pizza.
I want to give it to Michael Shannon. I just want Michael Shannon to be in more horror movies.
Oh my
general.
God, like Shannon as Freddy Krueger. That's
Yeah.
great casting.
Wasn't
Yeah.
Elijah Wood the one who wanted to take over the Night
He
Rider?
wanted to be
Yeah.
Freddy, yes, and he wanted the guy who directed Mandy.
Mandy.
You know, so Nick
Mhm.
Cage movie. And I would love that. I would love if that happens because Mandy's fucking great.
Elijah Wood's a great creeper too, man. Like in Sin City,
Yes,
When he-
great Kevin.
Bastard.
Yes.
Maniac too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Maniac. He was awesome, man.
Oh, it's not a horror movie, but I thought Seven had pretty good kills. Like the guy who had to eat himself to death, the woman who
Oh,
cut
yeah.
her nose because
Mhm.
he's like, I didn't kill her, I gave her a choice. She could have lived, but she chose to kill herself with the pills because she was just like completely vain with her looks.
Good old Chucky season 2, huh?
Oh, how is it,
Only
guys? I
episodes in.
haven't watched it.
I watched the first 2 episodes. I watch it because it's funny. I don't take it
Yeah.
serious. It's seeing
Yeah.
Chucky kill people and his profanity. Brad Dourif.
I only watched the first the first one of the season. I liked it. I just haven't caught up with it yet, but I liked it.
They
I
basically
like they brought back Devon Sawa
Yeah.
again.
Who's both dads. Now he's the priest.
Yeah, so far so good. The remaining survivors from the first season are still dealing with a lot of shit, and Alex Vincent kind of drives off the edge of a cliff in the first episode, so we don't
Shit.
know if he is dead. Yeah,
is that douchebag still there? The kid with the
That's-
punch in the face?
oh
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, he's still in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Jake, right?
Yeah, the main character. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in it. It's him, his boyfriend, and that blonde girl.
And her little sister.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Yeah, I like that show. It's I haven't caught up with it, but it's just something. It's just entertaining. Sometimes shows they don't need to be deep. It's just sometimes you need to have those fun shows to watch.
yeah, exactly. And that's why I watch it. I'm like, I don't need Game of Thrones or Lord of the
Yeah.
Rings storyline. I just need something stupid to watch and laugh at. And
Yeah,
that's
'cause
basically.
because
It is.
Brad Dourif, he's always good in it. He never coasts in that role. You can tell he's I love the character and
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put my effort into it. He never felt okay, let me just read. They gave me the money and I'm just gonna read off a cue card. He is always giving his all in it.
Yeah, and Fiona Dorff, his daughter's really good in it too.
Yeah, she was really good too. I remember I liked in the first season they had her play her own father in the first season, in the flashbacks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He was
pretty
good in
cool.
the
they
last.
cut her limbs off. Actually,
Yeah.
I'm a little behind, but that happens, right, Logan? They cut her limbs off or something like that.
Yeah,
Oh, Logan, by the way, you ruined gray sweatpants for me. I saw some gray sweatpants earlier today, and my first reaction was, "Oh, Logan."
what is that laughing I hear in the background?
I don't know, but if Henry's doing that's all what I think he is, I don't think laughing's the appropriate.
Oh
Oh my God.
Speaking of Chucky, we're gonna plug the TV show right now, but he's alive and well. And where's Uncle Henry? Is he killed? Did
I think
Chucky
he's on the
take?
floor.
God fucking Chucky.
If Brad Dourif pops out, I'm gonna be really, really upset.
No, fuck that. If Jake pops out, I'm pissed.
What about it was the biggest horror movie flops this year? I just had to put Jeepers Creepers. No one talked about that at all.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
didn't
never
see
saw it.
That was it.
Uh-uh.
Jeepers Creepers
No.
Reborn. No one talked about that.
My
They-
friend from work, he said he walked out of it.
Was that bad?
And he's a horror movie
Wow.
fan too.
Horror movie flops. I was thinking about this earlier. Firestarter. I was really excited for it.
Oh yeah, that sucked.
That was
Uh,
so disappointing. I went to see it opening night, and there's 3 people there. The best part of the movie was the score. Was it music? John
This is
Carpenter.
Carpenter, right?
Yeah, the music
Yeah.
was awesome, and CGI, which kind of took away from the original being awesome.
No, I was saying the girl was good. She was in
American Horror
American
Story.
Horror
Chapter
Story.
2.
Yes, and
Yeah.
it.
Oh, American
He's
Horror
also in
Story.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, Charlie. Yeah, she did a good job. Zac Efron was not bad, but just wasn't a good movie.
He just doesn't choose good projects. I think he's a good actor, but
I was just gonna say it. I don't know if it counts as a horror, but when I went to see it in the theater, it felt like a horror. But Morbius was a big flop. I think I was terrified enough that I went to sleep. It scared me to sleep. So good.
Yeah. Obviously, we talked about Halloween Ends, and that was terrible.
Oh, you know what else came out this year? Men.
What?
Ken,
Yeah, you know,
remember that movie?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was supposed to come out. It had a lot of fanfare behind it, but it's A24, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
hmm
I saw that one in theater. I thought it was unique but weird at the same time.
I don't know if it's considered a flop or like a horror movie flop, but people didn't talk about it as much as I thought they would.
I would consider it a flop. I don't know. The other one I didn't care for it, but it's not really a flop. It's Scream. It just didn't work.
I was
for
just
me.
gonna say Scream. We were talking, a little about it earlier. That movie, I haven't even watched it. I love the Scream movies, and I was still like, I don't care.
not mentioned much.
I kind of liked it, but
It was
it
okay.
It was
I hate
okay.
it, but it's
Yeah,
just-
exactly. That's
It's
how.
not memorable. Like
Yeah.
him not watching it is not going to be a loss to humanity.
Exactly. Yeah.
Another one
And there's-
that takes place behind me here, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre that came out. Even though it was
Yeah.
direct to Netflix, it got buried so bad, so fast.
I forgot about that movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched
kinda,
20 minutes before I was like, people might be right, and I just turned it off because
Leatherface is canceled.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right. He took the Asian guy took out his phone. So you're gonna get canceled, bro. Try something. Gonna get canceled, bro. And then a bunch of
And then
people were
Leatherface is
commenting.
Yeah. Leatherface is just standing there like, okay.
What about did anyone
Oh,
see
The Invitation was another movie.
No, I didn't see Invitation. Anyone see it?
No.
No.
No, I didn't.
I've heard horrible things about it.
Yeah, that's why I didn't see it either. Yeah.
And I
One
knew
horror
it.
movie that's coming out in 2023 I want to see is Megan. That looks fucking ill.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one. Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks really good.
Because I like how the CGI is just here. It's a normal
Yeah.
person.
It's a normal person,
Regular
yeah, but the
person, but
face.
it's CGI in the
yeah.
eyes, and that's it looks creepy.
It's very disturbing.
No.
Yeah.
One of my biggest
Looks
Yeah.
like
things.
Scarlett Johansson.
We were talking about practical effects and stuff and things that freak you out. Like, so The Exorcist, the director's cut, unrated cut, when she spider walks down the stairs, that will always get me
Oh.
because it's something that just fucked with me. During the Megan trailer, when she's dancing and her head is
Dancing.
staying-
That part was so messed
holy
up.
fuck, that got me too. It's just like, oh man, I'm watching this.
I feel like I kind of like now that we're getting all these like really like I'm not gonna say stupid, but they're like very over the top movies. Like it feels like Malignant to me, where it's like just like in the tone, it's like very over the top, and like it's not a movie that you're gonna be like, okay, this is a movie to think about, but it's a movie like it's gonna be just fun to watch,
Yeah.
and it's the same writer, so
Hell, in 2023, Salem's Lot remake comes out.
Yes.
I'm
Can't wait for that.
cautiously awaiting. And then the other one, Nicolas Cage's Dracula.
oh yeah, the Renfield movie,
Yeah, I want to see that one.
yeah, that one sounds good.
And Bob, your shirt, they settled the lawsuits for Friday the 13th. So we're gonna get new Friday the 13th soon.
Are we?
Yes, because they've been in a limbo with like the estate. I don't know the specifics of the case, but
It was a long, drawn out court case over the rights of the film, the Sean S. Cunningham and the rest of
yeah,
the studio, Paramount, I think.
Mhm.
The case went on for like 8 years, and they finally settled.
that's why the video game never really got any big updates because they couldn't do it.
Yeah, the court, they're going through that class action lawsuit or whatever it was.
Yeah, the people who did the Friday the 13th game are the ones who are doing the Killer Clowns from Outer Space game.
Cool.
I'm so stoked for that game.
Me too. Well,
I know they're doing a Leatherface game in the same like style of Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool.
Yeah, at the apartment here, I have the cotton candy gun. When you hold the trigger, it spins around and makes the noise from the movie.
Where's Charles Lee Ray at?
We
Every
swap
time I'll
souls.
put it in the group chat so you can follow up and go there.
Right.
And then movies that lighted the audience during marketing, definitely Halloween Ends. I was just
Yeah,
thinking
that was
about
the
that.
whole reason I thought of that one.
Yeah, I'm like, the whole 5 minutes Mike's in the movie. Same thing with, like you're saying, Drew Barrymore's Scream gets killed off in the opening.
Executive Decision with Steven Seagal. You
Oh.
remember that?
Yes, I remember that movie.
They did this whole thing. Steven Seagal, executive decision, fucking dies 10 minutes in. It's Kurt Russell, and that's why they didn't want to base it all on him. They're like, oh, it's going to be good. Texas Chainsaw Massacre talks about this true crime, and it never actually happens.
Jason Takes Manhattan doesn't actually show up to New York till the end of the movie. He's in a fucking boat the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That goes down the Hudson perfectly.
Yeah. Yep.
What about I don't know if it's totally a misdirect, but I feel like because like what Bob was saying about Texas Chainsaw, the Blair Witch, like they tried to sell it like this would like it was a whole marketing thing where it was like this is for real. We got to look for these teenagers, and it was like you didn't know what was gonna happen with that movie, but everybody thought it was a real thing. I think they even made like TV specials about it. And it was like a whole thing about, we don't know where they are, but you got to watch the movie to find out. And I vaguely remember like a lot of stuff, like really think, oh, this looks like a real thing. And then you watch it, and then it's not really a total mystery, but it did convince everybody that it was a real thing.
Yeah. It kicked off a whole genre. I mean, found footage.
Yeah, the found footage. Yeah.
Everyone was surprised when I remember it was a big thing when they came out from the back on the MTV Movie Awards that year.
Yeah, I remember hearing about something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, they came out and everyone's like, oh my God, it wasn't real.
Yeah.
The worst part for me about that damn movie was I didn't know I had vertigo at times. A movie made sure you knew what it was. Sitting there and all of a sudden you're like, oh, hang on, they're running.
Yeah. The shaky camera. Yeah.
Well, Henry, how do you feel about Gangs of New York? Martin Scorsese's going to direct the first 2 episodes.
That's pretty interesting. Yeah. I want to see what they do with that. Yeah. That should be pretty special, I think.
I think it could work as a TV series.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. For real. It's a really long movie. I could see that whole world being on a long scripted series. Yeah, that's exciting. I was excited to read that.
Yeah, Henry, I just basically finished the episode of Sopranos when he is in the coma for the first 2 episodes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild? Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Great writing. I told you. Yeah. Just when you think they're, showing you the standard thing of what's going to happen on the show, something totally different happens to change the season. Yeah.
Kevin Finnerty.
Kevin Finnerty. Yep. Yeah, that episode's wild. Yeah. The Comb episodes were pretty crazy. You see all these crazy, that whole story with Kevin Finnerty. Yeah, it's really good. You love the Buscemi stuff, you said?
Yeah. Yeah, season 5 was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
I completely agree with you.
How are you watching it? Like just an episode here and there kind of a thing? Any sort of set schedule or?
I got 2 friends, so whenever they come over, they have time. I ask them, like, they're big fans of the show, and they're thrilled that I'm watching it. So if they come over and they're like, oh, you want to watch an episode with me? And they're like, yeah, sure. It's either that or I'm in rotation with other shows, and that's one of the shows.
Right. Cool.
Yeah.
Me and Logan used to meet up on Sunday nights and watch it towards the end of the series, probably last couple seasons, I'd say.
Yep.
Yeah. We made it a thing. And then we'd watch Entourage right after.
We had some drinks, eat some food, and talk about it long before CinePhellas, which didn't record it.
Has anybody checked out the new American Horror Story?
Not yet. I have.
Yeah, I did.
I don't think I have FX.
I only saw the first episode.
I heard it was really over the top with homoeroticness. Is that true?
Yeah, that's the whole theme of this year.
Yeah,
the-
I think it has
yeah.
to do with the AIDS crisis. That's what it's going to go into.
Yeah, with
The
Billy
80s, yeah.
Lord's character being like the doctor, kind of the side story of it. That's what it seems like, right? Like a virus is going
Yeah.
around.
Wasn't the AIDS story a big enough horror story for us? Oh, now let's do it.
Without a big giant 8-foot guy in a gimp mask or a gimp suit.
Remind me of the first season when I first saw him on screen, and I'm like, oh, remind me of that.
That's what I thought too. Yeah, maybe it's gonna be something tied in. But yeah, the guy's massive, which is kind of cliche. It reminded me like how Michael Myers was like 8 feet tall in Rob Zombie's movie, and everybody's like, "Where is he? We can't seem to find him." Well, he's
Yeah,
obviously
he's like an
the
8
biggest
foot
guy
500
out
pound
there.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's the same as the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre, where this woman, the final girl from the first one, was like, "I just can't find where Leatherface is." And it's like, oh, he's the biggest man in Texas.
He's wearing a face made from another person's face. It's not that fucking
I mean, I haven't been to Texas. Maybe that's the norm out there, but
Yeah, you go to Texas, you get your own face when you move in.
exactly.
Yeah, you do. I
The
can confirm
previous
that. You
tenant's
do.
face.
What are you guys all doing for Halloween?
Me and my boys are going trick or treating.
Nice. Same here.
What's little man gonna be for Halloween?
Bowser.
Nice.
Nice. That's cool.
Got a Bowser outfit at Spirit Halloween. He's got like a mask. He's a big Mario fan, so
Did he love the trailer for Mario?
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. We're going
Yeah.
for sure when it opens. Yeah, we're all
Yeah, that's
excited.
an opening day thing with the kid. Like the first day, I'm able to see it with the boy. Actually, opening day that Sunday, I'll be going to see it.
Yeah, same here. Well, actually, I'll probably go see it Thursday or maybe the weekend. But yeah, we're all excited. Bodie plays a lot of Mario games, so that's what he's going as. Taking him around the neighborhood trick or treating, and probably watching some horror flicks before. I'm not going to watch any for a while.
Take me trick or treating. Anyway, I
The
picked this
Midwest,
up. I'm
brother,
gonna
we'll
do
take
this.
you.
Sushi roll. That's funny. Did you get that at Spirit or something?
I did, yeah, and I have some
Yeah.
chopsticks, so I'm just gonna like walk around with that.
There you go.
I tried on a Batman costume and it just looks sad. So I'm like,
It's because we've all seen the guy who walks around in a Batman costume. You're just like, Another Parks and Rec reference when Ben Wyatt gets it, he's like, I needed this so bad. It's just like,
I bet that's fun. There's probably a lot of parties in there.
I'll take
Yeah.
pictures. Don't worry. I'll send
Yeah.
it.
And the
Awesome.
next
Interesting people.
episode of American Horror Story,
Yeah, well, no, they're not kidding.
starring Uncle Kev as the Gimp.
Yeah, I went in when I was like 22, and I just remember some of the costumes were like, wow. And these guys too.
Painted on. Yeah, sure.
Like, you're brave to walk out of the house like that. Thinking about going cheap this year in my costume. I'm going to be Bruno Mars from that one video when he's in the pink coat, the fedora with the bandana. I forgot what the song was called. Yeah, that's one of the.
Send pictures for sure.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. I'll send pictures. Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna have a fun night. That'll be fun.
I'm taking
Probably
it
all weekend.
too. Because Halloween's on a Monday this year.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take
Yeah.
over work the next day.
I took
Good
I took
idea.
Monday off from work, so enjoy it all day.
Hell yeah.
no, my boys are going as Sam from Trick or Treat. Dexter chose that, and Chance wants to be Han Solo from the Solo movie.
That's cool.
Yeah, he picked that one out of all of them. I was like, all right.
I'll be in Disney World. We're taking our son
Oh, okay.
over Friday,
That's-
Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So yeah, should be cool.
That'll be a good experience for him.
I'll be in your neck of the woods, Niall.
yeah, man.
You been there recently or Disney World?
Not recently, no.
Not recently.
I went to Halloween Horror Nights in 2019, and that was like the last time I was
Yeah.
in that area. I wanted to go this year, but my cousin wanted to go with his friends instead. Sure.
Damn, that's cold hearted.
Mhm.
Shit. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Guardians of the Galaxy's new ride there. It's supposed to be awesome. Cosmic Rewind. Looks
Oh,
pretty cool.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. My son's excited.
And if
He's
you're-
tall enough to ride
Since
everything.
you're in that area, if like it's all Halloween time, Voodoo Donuts. They have like the Voodoo Doll
Oh,
donuts that
yeah.
are pretty good.
Oh, awesome. Okay. Those are right. Those are nearby.
Yeah, so it's really like a donut, but it looks like a voodoo doll.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm on some of those.
I think all I'm gonna do, honestly, I'm just gonna watch whatever Halloween episode of TV that I can find. If probably just Treehouse of Horror, I'm gonna find some to watch. I always like to watch those.
Treehouse of Horror and Roseanne specials.
Yeah, those are good too. Yeah,
Home Improvement, man. Those two.
yeah,
Those are all on Hulu.
yeah. That's right on Hulu. So I gotta save it somewhere.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to be doing for our Halloween episode on Mondays. Me and Henry are going to talk about our favorite sitcom Halloween episodes.
Oh, okay.
Home Improvement for me.
I like in The Simpsons. It's the one when Homer basically has a toaster that time travels.
Yeah, I love that one. Yeah.
And he basically goes back to the future. He's like, I'll destroy everything I want. He kills everything and he goes back and the donuts
Yeah.
just don't exist anymore. Even though
Oh, man.
it starts raining donuts when he goes back downstairs. Yeah. I saw The Black Phone. I kind of like that movie. That was cool. It was a good movie.
That was my
You guys-
favorite horror movie
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah, it was
that
awesome.
freaking yeah.
Yeah.
Ethan Hawke was really good in that movie. It was
Yeah,
Yeah, it
fucking
was.
it
creepy.
was good. Honestly,
If you
I
buy
saw
the-
that movie and I wasn't crazy about it, but I think Ethan Hawke was really good in it. Like he was just so creepy in it, just weird.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And Blonde was a horror movie because it was so bad.
Please don't talk about that. Yeah, I didn't like that.
Horror or horror?
Yeah, that's I don't know what they were thinking with that, but it was like a snuff film. It was an emotional snuff film. That's all that movie was for 2.5 hours.
I actually forgot that movie existed until you said it right now. I
Good.
completely
So now
forgot
you can forget about it once we
Erase
start.
it.
stop talking about it.
But now I'm going to remember it again.
What'd you think of how Atlanta? You liking this?
Oh, I like it so far. Mr.
Okay.
Chocolate, the Tyler Perry
Chocolate.
episode.
You guys have to watch Mr. Chocolate. It felt like Niall wrote that episode. It's all bashing Tyler Perry at the entire episode.
Yes. I
Is,
stood up and I applauded, literally.
Is Elena on Hulu?
Atlanta?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's on Hulu.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
on Hulu.
I need to
Yeah.
binge watch that. I've never seen an
Oh, yeah.
episode, but I've heard nothing
It's
but great
good.
stuff about it. I
Yeah.
need to watch it.
It's like a parody of Tyler Perry, but they make it really creepy.
Tyler
Yeah.
parody, if you
Oh,
will.
man.
Instead of Tyler Perry, it's Mr. Chocolate. Yeah.
And he has the intercom that's in every soundstage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like have him hug her, please.
You notice they kept saying that because he's a bad director, and that's what bad directors always say. We'll fix it. in
Dude,
post.
I thought of you the entire episode. I'm like, oh my god, he's probably loving this as he's watching it.
I like the part in that episode anytime whenever they anytime Zazie Beetz says anything bad about him, or criticizing him, everybody's like, well, at least he's keeping black people working. He's keeping black people working. And that's like that's their excuse. He's keeping me working. I was on the streets and he kept me working.
Then they showed his room where he had all of these scripts and they were all just terrible. And he was just typing away. And I'm like, because that's it. Oh, the episode is called Work Ethic because that's Tyler Perry's thing. Oh, I have.
Oh
a
yeah,
work
because he said
ethic.
it was
Let's just pray and we'll put the prayer in the movie and everyone will love it.
Yeah.
I like the part when Zazie Beetz' character is like, "Can I have my daughter back?" And he comes on the intercom and he's like, "No."
No.
Yeah, I'm checking out Atlanta, and I'm gonna finish Chucky, obviously. So I'm gonna check that. I wanted to watch something Halloween, so that's why I'm like watching Chucky. I put up some other shows on hold for right now, but mostly Atlanta, Chucky.
Yeah, I'm watching Atlanta too. I'm like an episode behind. I didn't see the last one. Chucky, I also need to get caught up on. The only reason I haven't gotten caught up on stuff because I'm trying to find any network show that's done, and I just fill up my time with that. So I've been watching Everwood. I don't know if anybody's ever watched Everwood on HBO Max, but it's a good show.
It.
Was
What's
that CW back in the day?
It was on WB. That was like they got canceled because they were gonna turn into the CW. So like it was like one of the last shows they had.
Now, if I remember correctly, Everwood is where has a young Chris Pratt in it, right?
Yeah, he's in it. Yeah, he's in it, and he's really good on it. Like the first season, he's not a big character for like he just kind of there. Like they don't give him a lot to do, but like as it goes on, he's pretty funny in it. Like it felt more like he felt closer to like Parks and Recreation. Like as that show goes on, like he's just a goofball to me. But he's fun to watch. Like it's like one of those old school like family dramas to me that I enjoy. So that one's good. And then after that, I don't know. I just find something else for Halloween to watch. Yeah. Other than that, that's pretty much all I've been watching.
Nice. I need to catch up with Chucky. Interview with the Vampire. Been watching on AMC, which has been
It's good.
Really good. Really good. Yeah, I've watched
Nice.
four episodes thus far. It's really great. Jacob Anderson playing Louis in the show. He's really good. Highly recommend it. It's a good story. Checked out Smile, it was really good.
Yeah,
and
Smile
Henry
was cool.
reviewed that. Pretty spooky movie. Finished She-Hulk yesterday, and then House of Dragon tonight. I'm gonna watch after this. Finish that.
What did you think of Kevin Bacon's daughter in Smile?
She was
I think
great.
very good.
She
Yeah,
was the doctor. Yeah, she was great.
yeah, she was very good. I liked her.
Overall, very surprising movie. Like it was way better than I thought it would be. I thought it'd be just like some throwaway Blumhouse movie, but it's well done.
It's better than Barbarian.
I like
No, I love
Barbarian better.
Barbarian.
I
Yeah,
liked
I like that,
Barbarian. I don't know. Like I liked it, but I don't understand the hype for that movie.
I mean, you can't really
The ending
compare them.
was the only thing I didn't care for.
Yeah.
The ending was the only thing I didn't care for, but I love
Oh.
Barbarian.
I have
It was
to wait.
good, but
till-
I didn't think it was incredible.
Oh, I forgot to mention. It's not a great movie or anything, but I've been trying to. Peacock, they have like the Halloween stuff, so I try to go through like whatever movies I haven't seen because there's so many that like I haven't watched. So I watched for some reason because I was like I have to watch it. But I watched the first Leprechaun movie. You guys watched Leprechaun?
With Trevor Logan,
classic
Jennifer Aniston, yeah.
movie. Yeah, the first one. I watched that one. That movie's not good, but like it was something to watch.
I love
And then-
Leprechaun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I watched the one where he was in the hood, and I think he was in that one.
I
That
like how he
movie's not good
smoked the
either.
4-leaf clover.
Yeah, he smoked a 4-leaf clover, and then he said at one point, "A friend with weed is a friend indeed." He said that at one point. Like that. I don't know. That movie's dumb, but I mean, again, for something to watch, I was like, okay, it's on
That's
Peacock.
that's another good kill, Armando. Thank you. In the one he goes to Vegas.
Oh, okay, yeah, I
And he
know which
basically
one you're talking. I haven't
chops-
seen it.
He chops
That's-
the magician in half, and then he separates
okay.
the casket. And
Right.
like the guts basically just spill out. Like that's the most- yeah.
That was
Everybody's like, yeah.
that was part 2.
That was part 2.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's a
haven't
good
seen
kill.
it.
I like that kill.
Yeah, I'll get okay. Yeah, if I get to it, I'll keep an eye out for that one. And, yeah.
I remember the
Um,
big guy from Teen Wolf is in part 1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
He
Yeah.
was. I liked him. He was like he was like vaguely mentally challenged, and then he ate a coin, and then the leprechaun goes after him. 'Cause, like, you have my coin.
Yeah.
Is he trying to use the buckle to rip open his stomach to get the gold coin?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Takes the buckle off his shoe and just, like,
I
rips
need
it
my
out.
gold. Yeah. Rips out the guts.
Yeah.
Great
And then,
performance. Great performance by Warwick Davis, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really good.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's so good in those
Mhm.
movies. I love him. in
Yeah.
those movies.
Yeah, he's so creepy. Like the makeup is really creepy
Yes.
that they put on him. Yeah. It's not as scary as I thought it was gonna be just because like as those movies, like I've only watched 2 of them, and like when I got to the hood one, he just rhyming all the time. I'm like, this is just an SNL sketch, sir.
Right.
By that
Yeah.
point, but I haven't seen the rest of them. But as long as they have them, like if I get time, I'll probably go through
Yeah.
the
Does
rest
he go
of
to
them.
space in one of them?
I
Yeah.
watched part of the space one like years ago on like local TV. It was. I don't remember being good, but I remember that one was really ridiculous. I lost track of what was going on. I just watched it in parts because they would always show 2, 3, and 4. Those were always on TV all the time. but I was so scared to watch them as a kid. I was like, oh, I was very scared of the Leprechaun, and then I watched them now, and then I'm like, this is not scary at all. This is just goofy. Yeah. But and then I watched the other Psycho movies, like the Psycho 2 and Psycho 3. I've never seen those before, but I like those. Like they're a good like continuation. I like Anthony Perkins in them. Like, he's just very crazy in those movies.
Psycho 2 was fantastic.
Yeah, Psycho 2 is really good.
The one where he comes home from jail.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
one was really good.
Yeah.
It's got Meg Tilly in it and
Yeah.
Dennis
other people.
Franz.
Dennis
Yeah.
Franz.
And Robert Loggia's like the
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, you got to make sure you get a job. And then I like what happens to Robert Loggia in that movie is just funny. So, like, not to spoil it, but something happens to him. Like, okay, that like it's such a ridiculous thing they would do. But
Yeah.
I did like that they did change the story where it wasn't just like, oh, Norman's going crazy again. Because I love the original movie, so I was like, let's see what happens. I don't love it, but it's one of those movies where I was like, yeah, they did a pretty good job, like continuing the story. And at least it wasn't just like, oh, let's just cash in on it and just do the same thing that we did with the other ones, but like how we do with these franchises. Like the third one is okay. The third one gets like more ridiculous, but like it's more just like him killing people. But like as movies, like I don't mind them. They're actually pretty good. Like as far as like sequel stuff. Yeah.
Anything else? Anybody else watch anything cool lately?
I'm rewatching Oz. I've
never seen that show.
I love the show.
That's hard. Like I know what it's about.
Yeah, that is
stuff about it. It's a hard
horrible,
show.
It's a good show, but man, it will show you everyone who's ever been in a Law and Order episode.
Yeah.
It was a prerequisite. If you wanted Law and Order, you had to have been in Oz.
I've been tossing in X-Files at night before I go to bed. Rewatching those.
Yeah.
Still a great show.
I wish those were streaming somewhere.
What
X-Files?
do you mean? It's streaming somewhere on with the best streaming service ever.
Hulu. Hulu, it is.
Hulu,
Yeah.
Hulu has commercials. I don't like commercials anymore.
You gotta
I
pay
mean,
for
you
them.
can pay I think what is it? It's like a tier. There's like $12.99 with commercials, and then $4 or $6.99 with the commercials, and $12 without the commercials.
Wait, I'm seeing Amazon.
I was watching the new batch of Unsolved Mysteries.
Oh, how is it? I heard it's good, right?
Yeah, I've watched the first 2 so far. They're dropping 3 every week for 3 weeks, I think, 3 or 4 weeks. Yeah, there's a UFO one that's really cool that goes in line with a lot of the stories that you're hearing today from the Navy and the footage they found, how they moved and
Oh, I
everything.
gotta
It
watch
lines
that. I
up
like
with
that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it took place in the 90s in Michigan, and like over 300 people saw it, including a guy that worked at the National Weather Service and like was watching the radar for like 3 hours of their movements and stuff and tracking them. And
Yeah.
basically they're at one point he tracked them and they're would have had to been going like 75,000 miles per hour, basically from New York to LA in like 2 minutes, they said.
Jesus.
So like doing all this crazy shit and like breaking apart from each other. It would like be in one and then it would just like split. Yeah. So
Well, maybe you can help me solve a mystery.
right. It's just missing Robert Stack. It really is. Man. But it still gives you that song still. Woo, good
Creepy.
piano. Yeah. It's good though. It's cool.
All right.
But yeah, otherwise just a bunch of horror movies and shows, everything that everybody's already mentioned really. Midnight Club we watched.
It was good.
Pretty decent. Yeah, not our favorite Flanagan, but still, not a bad watch.
Yeah, it's still worth checking out. Just not
Yeah.
great or anything. It's good.
All right. Well, like a pillowcase full of candy, it looks like we reached the very end of this thing. Until next time, I hope you have a great Halloween. And remember, always check your candy. And Logan, what do we always say?
Wonder